And send you one of these each night till my wish comes true. Here's the first one. What she had attached was a photo of a slender, blood-stained left leg. Welcome back to Iwaihime, blah blah blah. Bullshit gonna happen, blah blah. And probably no one's probably gonna even be watching this. Oh, that night I called my dad. I figured he might know something. But he didn't know that Suzuda was originally been written as Field of Suit. Furthermore, he was furious at Kurikami's claims I was corrupted. He said no one who trained with their sacred divine tribute style could be corrupt. My father wasn't two-faced. He wasn't a liar. Meaning he really didn't know anything. Once I hung up, I noticed a kind call from Kiko. I called her back and she picked up right away.
家に電話してたんだよ。いろいろ聞きたいことがあって。
そうなんだ。本当に？
嘘なんかつかないよ。
だよね。ごめんねごめんね。てっきり他の女の子とずっと電話してるのかと思って。女の嫉妬って見苦しいよね。反省。
なんで嫉妬なんかするの？
だって私とスズムって付き合ってるわけでしょ。深夜のプライベートな時間に電話とかできるってのは彼女の特権だと思うし。
そうだね。他の女の子と長話をしてたらなんだか面白くないよね。
でもね、その一方でプライベートな時間を自分だけが侵食してもいいっていうのもおごりだと思うわけ。スズムが誰と電話したってどう過ごしたって自由な時間のはずなのに、それを自分だけが独占したいってひどいなって思って。
恋人同士ってそういうのあるよね。でも僕はなんだかそういうのはおかしいなって思うんだ。だってお互いより楽しい人生を作るために一緒になったんでしょ。
だよね。なのに一緒になった後の方が気苦労が多いんじゃおかしいよね。つまるところ私がスズムを信頼していない証拠なわけだし、もっと大人になって素敵な彼女になる。
What's up on my phone? I checked to find I had an incoming call from Riria, but I was talking with Kiko at the moment, so I wasn't in a position to pick
ど
up.
うしたの？
リリアちゃんから電話みたい。なんだろうね。後でメールで聞いてみるよ。
しなくていいよ。
Ooh.
どうせ大した用事じゃないよ。こんな遅い時間にかけてくるなんて失礼しちゃうよね。
Kiko's voice was stone cold, like someone else had taken over the phone. That sound sent shivers down my
大
spine.
方、スズムがお見舞いに来てくれたんで浮かれてるんだよ。自分だけのとこに来てくれたとでも思ってんのかな。
Here's the
め
bullshit.
でたい女だね。あの子、芸能人ってだけあって私たちと生きてる世界が違うから、あの子が何を言ってもあまり真に受けない方がいいと思うよ。そもそもアイドルなんて気のありそうなふりをして自分に恋愛を錯覚させるプロってことでしょ。
I mean, she technically did try before the whole suit thing.
スズムのこと珍しいタイプだからからかってみたいだけって陰で言ってたの。聞いたもん。男に貢がせることを小学校の時から仕事にしてきたような子だよ。生きてる世界が違いすぎるよ。でもスズムは男の子だからついつい騙されちゃうようなことがあるかもしれない。だから私のいないところであの子と話をしたりメールをしたりしちゃダメ。約束して。
I didn't want to believe Kiko would say those kind of things about Riria. And naturally, I didn't want to believe Riria prided herself in tricking people either.
僕を信じてほしいな。僕は今 キコちゃんとお付き合いをしてるんだよ。誤解を招くようなことをしてキコちゃんを悲しませるようなことは絶対にしないよ。
ごめんね、スズム。これってスズムが悪いわけじゃないし、だからスズムがそんなに申し訳なさそうにするのはおかしいよ。
Okay, she switched back
だ
a
っ
little
て
bit.
あの子がスズムに興味を持つのはそれだけスズムが魅力的な証拠だもん。そのスズムを虫から守るのは彼女の務めだと思う。だからスズムは全然気にしなくていい。
So the voice switched back, but the personality didn't.
私が頑張るから。
頑張るって
こっちの話スズムは忘れて
Something like that. I never could have imagined such hollow laughter from Kiko. The two of us were only separated by a thin wall. I could hear some sort of sound coming from her room. It sounded like someone kicking the bed or something.
キコ
I could hear labored breathing, so I couldn't tell her. I definitely couldn't tell her that I just received a text from Minobe.
じゃあ今夜はこれで切るね。おやすみスズム。
おやすみ。
My phone shook as soon as I hung up. I got a text from Miria this time. I was afraid to check what it said. Kiko was just on the other side of this wall. I didn't know how she'd take it if she learned that I read text from both of them. Couldn't imagine at all. No, I was too afraid to imagine it. Just then I heard a thud from the next room so loud that it even shook my own a little. I could hear her indignant roars through the wall. I could hear her as loudly as if she were in this very room. She must have called Riri, I'm sure of it. A moment later, the wall shook with a violent kick. I couldn't tell if she kicked it out of rage over Riri or if she was trying to threaten me. It would be best to delete the text without reading them. But it could have been something important, so I did a quick peek to find out, and if it wasn't, I'd delete it and forget all about it. I carefully surveyed my surroundings. I doubted there was a hole in the wall or anything. My curtains were shut. I'm okay, I'd be fine. With a loud gulp, I opened the text. Text from Miria Nunokawa 1. Subject, thank you for today. Thank you so much for coming to visit me today, Suzuhara. I am so sorry my room is such a mess. I'm so embarrassed. LOL. Please come back again sometime, okay? By the way, were you aware that Harumiya used to be a major delinquent until middle school? She was a member of a gang of female delinquents known as the Bloodstained Angels. If you search for Bloodstained Angels and Bakugo, you will find some frightening photos. Where did she find out about that? As if the gossip about Kiko wasn't bad enough already. The text started out calm, but she stopped using punctuation, abruptly turning the text into walls of letters slandering Kiko. That girl is crazy. She's insane. Do you know she hurt some people so bad they had to go to the hospital? She has a history with the police, too. Isn't it crazy how someone like that can put on such a cutesy act? It's stupid, isn't it? She's supposed to... God, goddamn piece of shit. Pissing me off so much. Blah, 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 blah. I knew I shouldn't have looked. On my time with the LCC was a bit long. I got along with everyone. I thought it'd last forever. I didn't want to read something like this. Riri's text had left a deep scar on my heart. I still won't let go. Minobe's text. Honestly, I was depressed, so I decided to only read the subject. Text from Kanai Minobe. 1. Subject. Number 1. Smile.
何のこと
There was also an image attached. What in the world was this? I carelessly opened the text. Sorry, Susan Moon, but I just can't give up on you. So I decided to cast a charm that would cause you and Kiko to break up peacefully. It's a love charm, popular in the Akane Minobe Kingdom. It works like a charm, literally. and send you one of these each night till my wish comes true. Here's the first one. What she attached was a photo of a slender, blood-stained left leg. Was that Minobe's leg? Oh my god, what did she do? Her left leg was sitting on top of a bloody white towel with a gaping cut in her ankle. A razor was sitting next to it. She must have used it to slice herself open. I groaned as bile welled up in my throat. There was one last message written after the photo. I'll send you another one tomorrow night. Hope you're looking forward to it. I threw my phone away and crawled under my covers. If I didn't stop thinking really, these emotions would certainly swallow me whole. I screamed as I heard text notification chime. Didn't want to see another text that night. Ooh. Three human figures stood in the classroom, illuminated only by the faint moonlight. They were holding hands, standing in a circle. A desk with a small candle sitting on top stood between them. That tiny light illuminated them and projected their shadows onto the classroom wall, looming large like monsters. They looked both like humans and like deer standing on their hind legs. Is the picture that I'm thinking of, that I kind of got spoiled by? As for why one would think that, the shadows had branch-like horns growing out of their heads. Oh, hey. I was expecting a different picture, not this picture. The three-horned humans slowly spun around as they sung a tuneless children's song. Their expressions were completely vacant. All of a sudden, they stopped. Heavy sounds descended. None of them so much as moved a muscle. Snap, snap. It sounded like the crushing of piled branches sounded. Kanai had crushed Tsubakiko's fingers. And Tsubakiko didn't even blink. Another snap. Tsubakiko bent Kanai's fingers back. Snap, snap. Another snap, followed by the sound of mashing meat. The three kept singing and crushing each other's fingers as though it were some sort of children's game. They started out in a circle but that gradually broke apart. Just then, the three bizarre human-like creatures started swelling and mixing together. No. They clawed, bit, and tore each other apart. Loud and wet sounds roared every time they met, and dark splotches painted the walls, blackboard, floor, and desk. Eventually the desk, with the candle, fell over, extinguishing the only light in the room. The sole illumination left in the pitch-black classroom was the faint strands of moonlight shining through. All that gleamed through the darkness was the crimson glow of eyes, not human. It was impossible to even tell there were three of them anymore. And they continued swaying, eating each other. Splatters of black blood and chunks of gnawed-off flesh littered the room. And your skin, earlobes, eyelids, nails, scalps, blood vessels, and entrails were scattered everywhere. Eventually, the human-like figures turned into husk. They convulsed over and over, but it seemed they were no longer capable of killing. There was too little of them left. One of the husks staggered to its feet. Their whole body had been torn at and gnawed limb from limb, so they couldn't even be called human-like anymore. All that was left was a shell, a human skeleton clad in blood-stained flesh and blood vessels. It rose off the ground, looked to the ceiling, and howled. Of course it was her. Of course it was her. I couldn't make heads or tails of that dream, but it felt real to me. Kiko's room was unlocked and her shoes were gone. She'd gone out on her own in the middle of the night. I called her phone, but it really shone in her dark room. I didn't know where she'd gone, but my nightmare had taken place at school. I couldn't get a good look in the dark, but it appeared to have been the LCSC's club room. The entryway was probably locked, so I couldn't get in from there, but the LCSC's club room was right by the infirmary. The infirmary was right in front of where you cross over the schoolyard, so the club room was. All of a sudden, I thought I saw a small light coming from within the club room window. It wasn't the room's light. This light was orange and swaying. I ran over to the window and realized it was fire. Flames had spread all throughout the club room, brightly illuminating the world inside. At that moment, there was an orange burst, and the window shattered and scattered everywhere like snow. I ran through the blizzard and jumped into the club room. Crimson flames were slowly burning the room. And just as I had seen my nightmare of Minobe, Riri and Tsukiko were in the center, reduced to chunks of meat. So that really wasn't a dream. All three of them had fallen for me and fought over me, and then they killed each other over here. I brought about the strategy. Kurakami was right. I was corrupted, cursed. So this happened because I got close to them? Neither of them wanted to apologize. I couldn't even tell which of them was which anymore. Just then the flames swelled higher like a wave. And as their scorching winds blazed on through, I felt someone slowly stand up behind me. I turned around and saw her. Of course. Sorry, can you speak up? I can barely hear you. Her voice and figure were Kiko's, but that couldn't be, because Kiko was already nothing more than a pile of flesh at my feet, so no matter how much it looked like her, it wasn't, but I couldn't help but see it as her.
Kiko-chan, 僕はやっぱり呪われていたんだ。
いいんだよ、スズム。スズムのせいじゃない。だってこれはずっと気が遠くなるほどの昔に決められた運命だもの。
Really?
だから
This was set to happen.
スズムのせいじゃないんだよ。
We slowly embraced the girl clad in flames. Her flames engulfed me, and before long our shapes became one. The flames would scorch all, burn them to the ground, and reduce them to soot. Kiko, Minobu, Ruya, me, and all of us. We turned to soot and became one, and returned to heaven. All of us would become one.
1000年待ったんだよ。
Huh?
やっと迎えに来てくれたんだね。
Kurakami. She had been waiting in there for so long, trapped in that bronze prison along with the suit for 1,000 agonizing years. Oh, I see. It's because of her that I embarked on that long journey. In my last moments, I finally realized it. This is what I was meant to return. God. This is gonna be the ending. Yep, okay. Okay, I guess that's the end of that story. I might take a break from this because I have so many other games I want to try out before I continue to story 5, I think. Yeah, story 5. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like, subscribe if you're new. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.